Hey guys, Ziv here. Welcome to episode 8. In this video, I'm gonna have a little chat, a little yarn about what advice I'd give myself if I was 18, 17, leaving school. I'm 17, 18 years beyond that now, so a whole half a life, and I think I've learned some things. And yeah, what I would say to young people who are leaving school, wondering what to do, I'll share my tips, things I did wrong, things I did right. Hopefully you'll learn a lot, and maybe you can learn from some of my mistakes. So yeah, stick around, there'll be plenty of good information. So when I left school, I just wanted to move away from home, move up to warmer weather and live a bit of a party life. I worked in bars and clubs for a couple of years. Moving cities is difficult at the best of times. So get a job you can find. I had no qualifications. I had worked since I was a teenager, 13 years old, so I had a pretty good working history. I didn't like year 12. I wanted to do an apprenticeship, but my parents didn't really agree with that. They wanted me to finish year 12, so I stuck school out, and then I'd finished school and had a score, TER they called it back then, and yeah, just wanted to move away, didn't know what to do really, and just started working. I think it's a good thing to get out into the world, have a what we call in Australia gap year. If you can travel, I would highly recommend doing that. I think we grow up a little bit naive and sheltered these days, especially in Australia. Well, not everywhere, of course, there's tough places in Australia, that's for sure, but certainly where I came from and the family I grew up in was quite naive and sheltered. So it was my goal to experience a bit of the world, get a bit of gumption so to speak, and experience fending for myself, that sort of thing. I really wanted to do all the most ochre jobs that you could do in Australia. So this was after my time in the bars and clubs. I wanted to go work on a sheep station, go on a fishing boat, go work in mines, go work in construction, and then I wanted to go traveling. Once I'd sort of worked some tough jobs, I wanted to go traveling. I wanted to go traveling when I was 21, just so that if I popped by the United States of America, I'd be at legal drinking age. So I then worked those tougher jobs, got a job in construction first, high rise, fitting out windows. I was basically muscle. Then went up to stations, which got me into a gold mine, which was good, but I was young and a bit crazy for them with all their safety systems. I did that for a while, learnt a lot there, and then went traveling. I think it was like 6 months, 9 months, went around the world backpacking, hitchhiking, just flew from country to country, but when I was in the countries I flew, and I think that was really what set me up, got me knowing who I was, and got me on a life path that I wanted to take, put me in a direction I wanted to take. I sort of figured out a lot of stuff while I was traveling. I saw a lot of stuff. I went to a lot of places that gave me pretty huge culture shock, and that changes your priorities in life quite a bit. So I think it's really important to do that as soon as you can after school, and not necessarily focus on a university degree. Most people that I know who have done a university degree have not ended up in that job. Whether it's just my circle of friends or whatever, but I don't see much follow through on university degrees to actual career paths, and I think there's statistics out there that prove that, especially in today's day and age where we have a lot more options. I think a trade is really good. You get hands-on experience, you work your way up. In Germany they actually have 2 education pathways, I believe. One is the academic pathway, and then one is the, I don't know what it's called, if it has a name, but basically you work your way up. So rather than getting the degree and becoming, let's say, a financial banker, you start off as a clerk in the bank and you work your way up. Or instead of becoming an architect, you start off as a carpenter and you learn the actual skills and the actual way buildings get put together through hands-on experience. And we don't have that so much here in Australia, where your more corporate jobs, the jobs that you get through uni, there's a pathway to them through experience basically. But I highly recommend the experience pathway. First, you're earning money while you're doing it rather than getting a loan, student debt, all these things. Then you can, while you're earning money, you can figure out, do I actually like this? There's no point getting halfway through a degree, getting all that student debt, and then going, nah, I'm gonna change my degree. I had a mate do that. Or I'm gonna drop out and just start working. You've basically lost, well, you haven't lost, you've learned something. You always learn something, but you know what I mean, you've deferred your track. Though wasting time in bars and clubs is a similar sort of thing, so I can't really talk either. Yeah, I think that's really important. Now, the other thing is, worry about saving. The sooner you can start saving for retirement, the better. In Australia we have something called super, but don't worry about money too much. I think starting at some stage, whenever you get a job, which will be quicker if you it'll be quicker if you go through an apprenticeship. You'll start putting money aside through your super straight away. Less quick through a university degree. But have a good time. You're only young once, right? And you're only gonna make stupid mistakes that you can learn from once. And if you don't make stupid mistakes, yes, you can get ahead really fast. Say you work a job through your teens and you save really hard, and you buy a small apartment when you're really young, when you turn 18, and you live with your parents while that apartment pays for yourself. You can get ahead really fast without much. But that's hard work and dedication to be able to do that, and you're going to sacrifice a lot of that having fun, making mistakes, being a kid while you're young, while your body can take it. Yeah, I think it's important to be young and not skip that stage of your life. And then really hit the savings. Everything compounds. The sooner you get started, the better. I wouldn't wait much past your mid-20s to have figured out what you're going to do. and start getting on with it. Whether it's starting again by then, but by then you should have had a go at figuring out what it is you want to do, and then give it a red hot crack and stick to it. Everything you do, the longer you're in it, the better you're going to get. You might not be a success straight away, but just stick in it and you'll get there eventually. And it's that persistence, that resilience, that'll get you through, make you successful. Hard work is part of it. Putting evening hours in, studying extra. I did an apprenticeship, mature aged, when I decided what I wanted to do, and then I did a diploma on the side in the evenings. So yeah, just get down to it when you get, and I had kids at the same time, so I was doing everything at once really. So yeah, I hope those are a few good tips. I didn't want to make this video too long. Let me know what you think. Have you made any mistakes that you look back on as an adult, as a much older person, and go, actually that was probably, I learned a good lesson from that, I wouldn't take that back. Let me know if anything like that has happened. Put it in the comments, let other people see, because I think doing the wrong thing and living a little while you're young and not going straight into uni and doing the adult thing and career is pretty important, because when you get old you'll want that time back. You'll 100% want to go back and live like a young person again. So don't skimp on it and go, oh, I should be saving my money. Be as broke as you can, I reckon, and enjoy your life while you're young for a little bit. But while you're doing that, figure out what it is you want to do, and hopefully seeing things around, having good experiences will help you decide what you really want to do. Having a break of, you've just done all that academic work at school, have a gap year, work some random job, go fruit picking in France, you know, who knows what you might want to do, but just live a little and then knuckle down afterwards. Do a uni degree at 22 degrees age. 22 years old degrees. I'm feeling hot in this car, the sun's blasting in. Anyway, cheers guys, catch you on the next one.